Mabuhay! Good day everyone, and especially to you ma'am. I am here in front of you to tackle about the green building initiatives. So green building initiatives for sustainable tourism aim to promote environmentally friendly practices within the tourism sector. This initiative focuses on creating sustainable structures and operational methods that reduce environmental impact and foster long-term sustainability. Green building initiatives for sustainable tourism encompasses promoting green communities, establishing green open spaces and infrastructure, implementing green waste management, adapting green transportation methods, prioritizing green water practices, incorporating green building techniques, and utilizing green energy sources to minimize the environmental impact of tourism and foster long-term sustainability. So the first green building initiative is the net zero construction. Net zero construction refers to the design and building of structures that achieve a net zero energy balance, meaning they produce as much energy as they consume over a year. This concept is particularly relevant in the hospitality industry, where hotels can benefit from sustainable practices both economically and environmentally. So here are the key components of net zero construction for hotels. First, it is the energy efficiency. Hotels are designed to minimize energy consumption through efficient building envelopes, high performance windows, insulation, and energy efficient HVAC systems. Advanced lighting systems such as LEDs and smart lighting controls further reduce energy use. The second is the renewable energy sources. Hotels incorporate renewable energy sources such as solar panels, wind turbines, or geothermal systems to generate on-site power. The goal is to produce sufficient energy to meet or exceed the hotel's energy needs. The third, it is the water conservation. Efficient water is achieved through low-flow fixtures, water recycling systems, and rainwater harvesting. Reducing water consumption lowers the energy required for heating water, contributing to overall energy savings. So the next is the sustainable materials. Construction materials are selected based on their environmental impact. This includes reusing recycled, locally sourced, and low VOC. What is VOC? It is the volatile organic compounds. Materials to reduce the carbon footprint and improve indoor air quality. Next is the waste reduction. Strategies are implemented to minimize waste during construction and operation. This includes recycling construction debris and designing for easy maintenance and eventual deconstruction, ensuring materials can be reused or recycled at the end of the building's life. Next is the smart building technologies. Automation and smart systems optimize energy use by adjusting lighting, heating, and cooling based on occupancy and weather conditions. Building management systems, or the BMS, monitor and control energy consumption, ensuring optimal performance. And the last is the guest engagement. Hotels educate and encourage guests to participate in sustainable practice such as reusing towels and linens, using in-room recycling bins, and conserving water and energy during their stay. So by adopting net zero construction principles, hotels can give significant reduce their environmental impact, lower operating costs, and appeal to eco-conscious travelers. This approach not only supports global sustainability goals but also enhances the hotel's brand image and competitiveness in the growing market for green tourism. So now let us proceed to the example for the net zero construction, which is the Proximity Hotel. So the Proximity Hotel in Greensboro, North Carolina is a prime example of net zero construction in the hospitality industry. Achieving LEED Platinum certification, it showcases significant sustainability efforts. This includes energy efficiency. They uses geothermal heating and cooling, large windows for natural light, and high-performance windows to reduce energy consumption. So no, magamit sila og mga geothermal for heating and cooling. Dagko pa lang mga windows to what do you call that, to reduce the usage of energy. So next is the renewable energy. They use solar panels and solar thermal water heating systems generate a portion of the hotel's energy. So magamit sila mga solar panels. So next, the water conservation. They features low flow fixtures and a rainwater harvesting system for landscaping. So kani sila mag-harvest sila ang mga rainwater. So para mo ilang ipamugbo sa ilang mga tanom. So next is the sustainable materials, built with recycled and locally sourced materials to minimize environmental impact. So the proximity hotel is composed with recycled and locally sourced materials. Next is the waste reduction. It implements comprehensive recycling and composting programs. So daghan kayo sila mga programs nga pagahimuon bahin sa recycling and composting. So the impacts of net zero on proximity hotel. So they consider energy savings. They consume 39% less energy than conventional hotels. So no, ang magamit jud net zero construction, makasave jud ta og energy, which the proximity hotel naka-less sila og 39%. Next is the cost savings. Lower operational cost despite higher initial investment. So kani ko ng proximity hotel which have the net zero construction, they have lower operational cost. So mas barato. Next is the guest experience. So attracts environmentally conscious guests. So naman gani mga guests na environmental conscious sila. So daghan kayo ma-attract adto sa ilang hotel. Next is the environmental impact, reduces carbon footprint significantly. So kaning ilang hotel kay use man og kanang green building initiative which is the net zero construction, maka-less jud sila og carbon footprint nga makadaot sa ato ang world. So the proximity hotel demonstrates the sustainable practices in the hospitality industry can lead to economic benefits, enhanced guest experiences, and a positive environmental impact. So the second green building initiative is the sustainable architecture. So sustainable architecture is a design and construction approach that focuses on minimizing the negative environmental impacts of buildings while promoting energy efficiency, resource conservation, and occupant health. It is an integral part of the green building movement and plays a crucial role in promoting sustainable tourism. In the context of sustainable tourism, sustainable architecture plays a vital role in creating eco-friendly accommodations and infrastructure. It aims to minimize the ecological footprint of tourism activities while providing a unique and authentic experience for travelers. So here are some ways sustainable architecture contributes to sustainable tourism. So first, it is the eco-friendly accommodations. So sustainable architecture is used to design and construct eco-lodges, sustainable resorts, and other accommodations facilities that blend harmoniously with the natural environment. So these structures are built using sustainable materials, incorporate energy-efficient systems, and minimize waste generations. So kaning mga hotels, gagamit sila og mga sustainable mga materials, they blend harmonious with the environment. So next, that is the integration with local culture and nature. So sustainable architecture in tourism embraces the local culture, art, and heritage of the destination. It seeks to create buildings that reflect the local aesthetics and traditions, enhancing the overall experience for visitors and fostering a sense of place. So next is the environmental stewardship. Sustainable architecture promotes environmental stewardship by conserving natural resources, protecting sensitive ecosystems, and reducing pollution. It encourages sustainable practices such as rainwater harvesting, renewable energy generation, and responsible waste management. Another is the community engagement. So sustainable architecture in tourism involves close collaboration with local communities. It aims to benefit the local economy by sourcing materials and labor locally, promoting cultural exchange and creating employment opportunities. So last, it is the educational opportunities. Sustainable architectural designs in tourism can serve as educational tools for visitors, showcasing sustainable practices and raising awareness but about environmental conservation. This can inspire travelers to adopt sustainable behaviors and contribute to the preservation of natural and cultural resources. So by implementing sustainable architecture in tourism-related developments, destinations can demonstrate their commitment to environmental conservation, offer a unique and authentic experience to travelers, and contribute positively to the local community. Sustainable architecture aligns with the broader principles of sustainable development by balancing environmental protection, economic viability, and social well-being. So the example for the sustainable architecture is the Six Senses Fiji Resort. So one prominent real-life example of sustainable architecture as the green building initiative for sustainable tourism is the Six Senses Fiji Resort. This luxury resort, located on Malolo Island in Fiji, exemplifies sustainable practices in the tourism sector through its commitment to eco-friendly architecture and operation. Here's a detailed look at how Census Fiji integrates sustainable architecture and green building principles. First, it is the renewable energy integration. The resort is designed to operate entirely on solar power. So kanito ng mga resort na operate entirely by solar power, making it one of the first microgrids in the world to use Tesla batteries for energy storage. This ensures that the resort can function off the grid, reducing reliance on non-renewable energy sources. So sila gagamit yun silang mga renewable materials. So next is the water conservation and management. The resort employs a rainwater harvesting and advanced water filtration system to provide clear drinking water. So additionally, gray water is treated and reused for irrigation, minimizing water waste and preserving the local freshwater resources. So next, it is the sustainable building materials. Construction of the resort utilized locally sourced. So kaning ilang mga, what do you call that, mga materials is locally sourced, makita ra sa ilang palibot. Sustainable materials such as timber from responsibly managed forests. This not only reduces the carbon footprint associated with transporting materials, but also supports local economies. So next, it is the eco-friendly design. The architecture of the resort is designed to blend seamlessly with the natural environment. The villas are strategically placed to minimize disruption to the natural landscape and to take advantage of natural light and ventilation, reducing the need for artificial lighting and air conditioning. So kani ilahang hotel aning Six Senses Beach Resort, they are eco-friendly design. So kani ilahang mga bintana is dagko kayo para makasura ang mga suga o kani ilang palibot bugnaw para makaless sila og kanang bayad o makaless pud sila makagamit sa mga artificial lighting and air conditioning. So next is the waste management. Six Senses Fiji has a comprehensive waste management program that includes composting organic waste and recycling materials such as glass, paper, and plastic. This reduces the environmental impact and encourages guests to participate in sustainable practices. Biodiversity and conservation efforts. The resort actively engages in conservation efforts, including reforestation programs and the protection of local marine life. They work with local communities and organizations to preserve the rich biodiversity of the island and surrounding waters. So makita man jud kaayo nato sa picture no nga rich kaayo og sa biodiversity ang ilahang resort. So in order to dili maguba ang ilang biodiversity, they're actively engaged in reforestation programs or magtunom sila og bale. And they work with the local communities para matabangan nga ma-preserve ang ilahang rich biodiversity. Community engagement and support. The resort places a strong emphasis on supporting the local community through employment, sourcing food locally, and engaging in cultural preservation activities. This not only enhances the guest experience but also ensures the tourism benefits the local population economically and culturally. So kanino ang ginhang hotel makatabang na po sa ilahang community, sa ilahang local community. Makahatag sila ng mga employment, maghatag sila og mga food, nga maka-engage po sa cultural preservation activities. So next is the impacts of sustainable architecture on Six Senses Beach Resort. So first, reducing environmental impact through green building practices and renewable energy. So maka-reduce sa environmental impact. So next is the preserving natural resources and biodiversity. Next is supporting and integrating with the local community. So maka-support yun sila o maka-integrate sila with the locals. Next is educating guests on sustainable practices and encouraging their participation. So, o makaingani magyamot ang resort, maka-educate yapon sa atong mga guests nga manung sa atong resort nga kaning atong hotel is makakuan og mga sustainable practices. So, by implementing these sustainable strategies, Six Senses Fiji demonstrates that luxury tourism can be both eco-friendly and socially responsible, setting a high standard for future developments in the tourism industry. This approach not only attracts environmentally conscious travelers, but also ensures the long-term viability and health of the local environment and community. And that's all for my report explaining the green building initiatives. Thank you and God bless.